Please be sure to support the video we reacted to today by clicking the link at the top. Enjoy the show. Alright, let's just see a little bit into it and see what he said.
Yes, welcome back. I do my best to give people a voice on this channel, to help those who can't speak out for themselves. The people that don't have an audience, that have already been or are concerned they'll be threatened, maybe worried about being removed from a platform. But this time, I can't do it alone. I need your help. We have the disclaimer. Pause it if you need to. Sean Bassick, who has been featured on my channel, has bullied many during his endeavors in sports and Pokemon cards. Even those who have spoken out typically back down because he will threaten them with frivolous lawsuits. For context on everything we're going to be looking at, this guy publicly told people he was going to bankrupt me before I ever mentioned his name. Some might argue that he probably shouldn't have done that if he was planning to actually file a slap lawsuit against me.
Wait, so what? So this guy is just like harassing the entire Pokemon gaming, like, TCG community, or what?
But maybe this just goes to show how comfortable he is doing so, since he's had so much practice silencing people who criticize or show they have been wronged by him in the past.
Also covered it?
Strategic lawsuits against public participation. Essentially lawsuits intended to censor, intimidate, and silence critics by burdening them with the cost of a legal defense until they abandon their criticism or opposition. If you watch the channel, it shouldn't be any surprise that I don't like to ask people for money. I don't want rewards from the people who we help out on the channel, even if they offer, even if it's one that's advertised in advance for finding thieves that rob a store, or anything along those lines. I never want to paywall content.
Who's Sean Bassick? Is he a Pokemon seller? What is he? Is he selling badly minted cards?
Or make anyone feel like they should be donating, or they have to donate, or they're not welcome. I'd much rather run the channel on ad and affiliate type revenue, something that doesn't cost the viewer any money. Maybe people can use a discount code for the things they should be buying anyway, for supplies, for singles, stuff like that. The part I've been dreading the most is asking you, the viewers, to help out financially. This sucks, but I don't have any other choice. Not only do I need to protect myself, but more importantly, Sean is also threatening anyone who provided information, anyone who associates with the channel, basically anyone who is critical of his actions. I want to make sure that they are 100% protected as well. Regardless of whether you're in a position to help or not, please share this with as many people as you can. Link to the GoFundMe will be at the top of the description. I truly want to continue doing what I do.
Drop a like and a sub
regardless
as well.
of threats. I think it's in everyone's best interest.
Please also like and sub in the VOD.
Benefits greatly
to help out the channel
from keeping everyone honest. But unless we can get through this, that's not going to be possible. We're going to find out how much the honest enthusiasts care about each other. I've seen it behind the scenes. I truly believe in everyone. Everyone that's here for the right reasons. Everyone that believes that you shouldn't be wronging other people in order to advance yourself financially.
You said Oopaville also, Sean Bassick is a
notorious people a ton of money on
this
channel,
scammer.
And we put a stop to a lot of bad actions and actors. It feels good. It feels right.
Like, is there actual evidence that that clearly
it's not
paints
always
them?
the easiest thing to do.
Because if that's the case, it's like, well, I would not be throwing lawsuits around like that.
But I think that's why we're here. I say we because I've had so much help from people who truly care. I've seen the people that truly care. And sometimes it gets exhausting covering bad actors over and over again.
Is he the same dude? He's not the same dude that worked with Logan Paul, right?
Whether they can be public about it or not, that truly cares about others and kind of puts them before themselves, that's going to take the time to assist and help somebody out that they don't even know. I've seen those who are looking out for the best interests of others, but don't have a way to safely or effectively take action. It's impossible to get an exact number.
Okay, yeah, this one seems like I need context for this video. Yeah, you said Oopaville covered the entire story? Alright, let's check it out. Let's see if we can get the full context here.
Okay, so basically
this YouTuber is being silenced. Okay, I saw this video. I didn't see the video. I saw it on his feed, or on my feed. Did not get a chance to react to watch it myself personally. So this will be something new. I do watch Oopaville on my own though. Freaking love the guy. Let me grab a beverage while
basically, you know,
this is interesting. I freaking love y'all gotta understand something. I freaking love Pokemon card games. And for the longest time, I've been trying to like set up a situation where I can go to like a card shop and like play with like the boys, you know. But you know how it is. You grow up, you get all adulty and stuff. I'm grabbing a family, huh? And you don't got the time when you finally get a freaking car that you can drive to the mall to go to game night. Then all of a sudden you got a job, so you can't freaking go, and you freaking and you gotta spend money on the car bills and other stuff. You know, this life comes along and you can't do it.
Hey guys, welcome back.
But I've always loved the idea of romantically of like having a place that I would go to on the weekends to play like Dungeons and Dragons with people IRL or something. You know,
is investigate alleged scams.
You know, one of those. I would love to be able to do that kind of stuff.
And other cards.
In fact, Chaos has invited me to start doing something like that on Wednesdays, but I'm like, bro, I'm streaming at that time. I can't be doing that. It's like freaking any other day, bro. Saturday, come on. But no, I eventually I will get to that point.
Trading space.
We're gonna look at that sketchy origin.
I always wanted to figure out a way I could do Dungeons and Dragons
what
on
happened
stream.
to it along that journey.
So
I'm
maybe
tell
I should
you
get
why
back into
I don't
Baldur's
trust
Gate.
the case, the contents, or the authentication.
This guy is just a watchdog, right? He's a good guy on YouTube. He's been on my channel before. He does pretty solid work. It's awesome.
They make money off fees, so the more people they can have selling on the platform,
Right.
the better. Sure, they're not making money off of Blake, but he's advertising. We gotta protect our boy.
And now he's in trouble. And he needs
Crypto
our
King was a
help.
different
So I'm
person.
gonna be
Okay,
re-educating
so many
all
vile
of you
individuals
in this
hiding with the
video
Pokemon
and
community.
sharing
Yeah,
with you some
yeah.
propaganda to see where we lie.
Well, I feel like these same dudes were in the. They were in the baseball card community. They were in the Magic the Gathering community. They were in the Digimon and card game community, and like the Pokemon. It was just a natural place to jump for them. Like, you don't gotta be a fan of the game or know what the frick, you don't gotta know what the flaming dragon lizard is. You just gotta know that the golden one is worth a lot. Charizard, that's the name.
on this situation.
You know?
A YouTuber
You get the golden one, and that's the one
investigating
everyone
scams,
wants.
calls out an alleged scammer, and
Like, look at
then
Boogie
gets
298.
sued.
He used to pay his
Lawsuits are
rent
really interesting
just on
because
Magic the
I
Gathering
myself
cards, just buying
personally
packs.
do not want to end up
Punishing
in the
packs live on
lawsuit.
stream and selling that.
Do it again.
If you do want to go to jail.
Nope. So I will remain as unbiased as possible. Before we jump in, though, just know that I am friends with Rattle. I know him. He's a good guy. Just so we're clear, from now on, I'll be unbiased. So we're talking about Rattle Pokemon. He's made about 15 videos going back a year on and around an individual named Sean Bassick. The first thing that you see now when you Google search Sean Bassick.
Sorry, I just had to point it out.
Going back a year on and around an individual named Sean Bassick.
Oh yeah, he looks trustworthy. I really feel like I can trust this guy with my wallet. Yeah, look at that. Bro's like, bro is full blown T-Rexing right now. I love it. Roar! I'm a motherfucking T-Rex.
Bassick. The first thing that you see now when you Google search Sean Bassick is Rattle's videos. And these are not good videos.
My
about
club has
Sean
a documentary
Bassick.
that works, and it might be
I
about
would say,
EDP.
kind
Yes, please. Oh, dude, I have been so hyped to see the next Mike Club documentary.
of mean videos.
Today, we will be mostly looking
I need
into
to go
the
back and rewatch the
suspicious
Boogie 298 one, bro. I couldn't even release the reaction video for it because the audio was so freaking terrible because I suck at streaming. And I never muted my audio, so I got like
There's
echo
our
in
Wheel
it.
Spin stream. We've mentioned it before. This was hosted by Sean Bassick, aka SB, as he went by on Whatnot before he was banned.
This is Sean's LinkedIn. I don't know really who uses LinkedIn anymore, but he says he assists young entrepreneurs working towards an exceptional future. So that seems
See, I gotta be honest with you. You ever put anything like that on your like LinkedIn or whatever, I immediately think you're suspicious. So that's just like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, the more confusing your job title is, the more it's meant to confuse people. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if someone's job title or job description is confusing, it's because it's meant to be confusing. It's meant to be so confusing that you can't tell what the frick they're supposed to be doing.
pretty hunky-dory, right? What about the allegations against Sean?
If I was at a
caused
club, I
this
would not trust
lawsuit
him with a
to,
drink. Oh
come
my
into play
goodness.
here, the slap lawsuit. We'll get into that.
Bro said I'm
Sean
gonna put a
Bassick,
napkin
who
on
has
my
been
bevy
featured
next
on
to
my
this
channel,
dude.
has bullied many during his endeavors in sports and Pokemon
Bro, I want to
cards.
buy some of that nail
Even those
polish,
who
the one that
have
changes
spoken
colors.
out
If
typically back
bad
down
things touch
because
it,
he will threaten them
I'm
with
gonna get it for
frivolous
the peace of my
lawsuits.
family.
The information we have on this is not from Rattle himself. This is just
It's
from
totally not because I want to totally paint my own nails and test it out and see if it works.
us
That's
viewing
cool.
outside in, digesting.
It's like a mood. It's like a mood rock. Have you seen the video?
massive
That's
Rattle
freaking sick,
saga
ladies. Get you some of that
Sean
nail
Bassett, a
polish.
bunch of
Apparently,
different
it's like
videos.
nail polish. Like, this is like no BS aside. I've been debating getting this for my sister and as well as just for cousins and stuff that I have. It's a nail polish that changes colors if you dip it into your alcoholic beverage, and it has a substance that is known to, like, you know, that is used by predators. It'll actually change colors. I remember reading about this. ABC 13 Houston. Yeah, it's a I'm trying to avoid that word up there, the the R word for YouTube's sake. Highly recommend it for anyone. Look into it. I don't know if it's just like widely available, but it's one of those things that very recently I've been. What is this? Is this it? Undercover colors? Nope. Doggos. No water bottles. How did y'all get a water bottle? Where did y'all get a water bottle? They're on the fridge. They're just staring at me like, can I have it back? It's like, no, I don't even know where you got it from. I don't, like, have my recycling out or anything. Freaking A. Alright, out of here.
Varying in different lengths, 17
Thank
minutes
you,
and 51
for
seconds,
supporting for real.
all the way up to an hour and 15 minutes
Great.
long. Holy. There's a lot, and we've done our absolute
It's the way,
best
it's my way of
to
coming out of the
understand
closet.
it.
Dude, I freaking, my character, hold on, let me see if my old, I think this kind of works sometimes. Do you want to work right now? Hand thingy, no, this way? It's not gonna work. Technically, my hands on this model are painted. I didn't ask for the art to the guy that, I had a guy install the tail for me. I asked him to also, like, make my fingertips look like as if I was, like, you know, smoldered, like as if I was playing with coal or something, so all my fingertips would be dirty and, like, covered in dust and ash and coal. And he just gave me, like, fire fingernails, and I was like, you know what, that's okay, hand, alright, relax. So all late, yeah, I need to get a new one of those. I gotta get a new hand tracker, my bad. That's how late it takes for it to register. I don't know if I dropped it or what I did to it.
A video from 4 months ago titled, "Is Sports Card Fraud Making Its
You
Way
gave him the nail
into
polish?
Pokemon via Sean Bassett and Evan Mathis?" This video
Absolutely,
covers
my
some
dude.
of the things that have
This is
led
how I
him to
revealed it. It's
believe
my
that
nail
Sean
polish.
Bassett is not good.
No, what you
for the
mean? Ozzy
Pokemon
Osbourne with
trading
nail polish.
community. This is like the true pinnacle of the era.
I'm like
in
Ozzy
Sean's
Osbourne,
heart.
I'd like you to meet Sean. This little weasel used to stunk dog sports cards.
Just don't call me the Prince of Darkness, because there's only one Prince of Darkness. Okay, it's Oz and Ozzy. Bro, someday, right? Someday, Oz and Ozzy collab, let's do it. Come on, Prince of Darkness, let's go!
Invest in baseball.
An example
Get the
that
word
Rattle
out there. Everyone
provides
blast
in
him on
his video
Twitter.
Is that Evan Mathis is a person who allegedly trims
Oh, the
cars
water
and
bottle.
has
Okay.
been-
Yes, we're talking about Evan, the ex-NFL player who was accused of
Bro, that's
altering,
creepy.
and cutting up
That's the
sheets
one
of
thing about
sports
chat. I
cards.
never
Him
know
and
if it's
Sean
right outside
have
my
a
door.
relationship together.
If we take a look here at associates, of course, we
No,
got
what's scary is that actually I have a little monitor like right over there that shows me the cameras in my property, and it literally at times it does feel like I'm in the purge, just like watching monitors and just being like, please don't appear, please don't. Like every time I look at my security cameras, I'm expecting a face, that dude's face, to be there, and I just know one day it's going to be like it's gonna be an Amazon delivery driver, and I'm gonna lose my absolute shiz, my dude.
Sean Bassett, invest in baseball. No surprises there. And then we also has
Monkey
formerly sold
throwing
cards via
sides.
invest in baseball. So
Yeah, for real,
they've
like
done some
gangsters.
business dealings in the past. So
It's sometimes it just goes off, so I'm a little bit paranoid.
right?
And then he scrolls down to the various instances of alleged trimming done by Evan.
That happened to be
Also,
cards
full
that were
blown.
purchased
He made videos outing this dude. Okay.
by Evan, and then
I freaking love
re-rated
seeing
and
stuff
sold.
like this. Cause it's like I would never I'm never gonna be in that field. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna be out here trying to buy this baseball card. So something about, even though I know who Yogi is, I've heard about Yogi. I've heard about this card being like a really wanted card just because it's called Yogi. And like I like Yogi Bear. Hey, you boo boo. I freaking love Yogi, dude. It's freaking the best. Anyway, you freaking love Yogi. There's like things I would never think to see, and that's like so freaking sick to like, you know, because it's like, bro, this guy. How long has this guy been messing with Pokemon cards, or I mean, with baseball cards, that he would know stuff like this? There's something really interesting about seeing somebody.
Yes,
in their,
like,
in their zone, so to speak.
Because they should be catching this stuff.
Trimming is when you cut a card down, you square up the edges and chop it to increase the condition beyond what it actually is. And if you don't know about...
Yeah, because cards, like, if you have them, like, in a deck, they'll get, like, kind of like, fuzzy or scuffed and, like, messed up. Oh, that makes sense! Okay.
Card grading, that's pretty
Jujutsu.
important. And
I'm gonna make my ass cheeks clap
really explain the gravity of the importance of card grading in this type of situation.
By the way, he totally made his butt cheeks clap. Is that canon? Did he make his butt cheeks clap when he was fighting Mahito and he like had both of his hands tied up? Someone's gotta explain that one to me. I don't know what he clapped.
Are the corners dinged or pristine? Is the photo centered or
looks like
off-center? Are there creases or divots or other imperfections? Based on those factors, they assign a grade between 1 and 10. With 10
if it wasn't for the hairdo, I know exactly what you're saying. I just don't think I can't see Macaulay Culkin with a hairdo that's not meth head, you know?
Millions of dollars.
I know he looks nice now, but bro, anytime I think about Macaulay Culkin, I just think of meth head Macaulay Culkin when he was like in the middle of it, you know?
Invests in the businesses of scammers is also probably a scammer. That's what I'm pulling out from what Rattle is saying in this video. That seems like what he believes. Let me know what you think. Big Chungus. Rattle offers another example talking about how
I love Oompa Bill's editing, dude. I need to. Once I start making my own commentary videos, I gotta make sure I keep up with everyone else. I can't be making no half-assed videos out here.
Collection meet and greet thing at the 2018 National Sports
with no context. That was such. What do you mean? You don't need context. I'm just asking whether or not Toto used his butt cheeks to clap the other day.
Convention. It's supposed to be giant big news because this big
no way you can take that out of context.
Is a Super Bowl 50
simple
champion,
question.
Which is
did
awesome.
he clap with his ass cheeks?
I hate the Eagles.
Did Toto's ass cheeks clap, or did they not?
Cowboys rule. Just kidding, I don't mind the Eagles. I'm just around, guys. I like making people mad.
Bruh.
And if they did,
had tried to reach
then I can
out
proudly
to
say
Sean
I have watched a man clap his ass
about
cheeks.
His relationship with Blake Martinez.
Blake, that was recently kicked off Whatnot for a scam.
Okay, I was thinking that too, but I went with the T-Rex joke.
Customers
I love it.
with rigged gambling, as you've seen on the channel, allegedly.
With the Neko, he's a Neko girl, bro. He's a Discord kitty. Let's
card
go.
Scammer. I mean, this is pretty obvious here. He got banned from Whatnot. It's pretty much not that good. Now he's back in the NFL because he, you know, stands to make more money. So yeah, obviously Rattle would want to know about his relationship with Blake Martinez, who is not a good guy in the world. So I'm starting to see why it would make sense potentially, right? But guilty by association isn't guilty. I mean, genuinely, there's no burden of proof there. It could be seen as compelling by some, but to me specifically, I need to know more. I have to learn more. Painting someone guilty by association is a dangerous precedent to set, in all honesty.
Oh, sorry, I freaking choked on my own saliva there. No, honestly, it's never a good idea in any way. Like, as far as I go personally, it's like one of those things where it's like I kind of have to have, because I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a smart monkey. I need to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that something is before I go talking about it. You get me?
Maybe, I don't really.
That's one of my. It's definitely a fear I have of talking out of my.
This is a comedy channel.
Talking out my butt cheeks
and why do I keep doing this to myself? The next implication is
saying
that
something
Sean
that
is
that's like not confirmed.
On top of being guilty by
spreading
association.
that, you know.
So Rattle brings up on the website for Collectibles Investment Group that Sean Bassick is listed as an appraiser, and in his bio he talks about how he has achieved great success.
Alright, we're gonna do the dinosaur game, and then we're gonna get on Persona.
In Dota.
But a Google search brings up nothing.
I'm excited to play it.
It was important enough to include in your bio here, but you had such a negligible impact on the game that there's nothing about it online.
I guess there was an update, freaking 8. I'm sorry.
In his downtime, Sean enjoys hiking, scuba diving, he's a certified open water diver, traveling, meditation, and video games.
I just love that everyone uses this picture of the guy. No, everyone sees him pulling a Discord kitty freaking pose, the Neko girl pose, and it's just like, no, this is the image. Literally everyone, every webpage so far is the same exact image.
He played video games competitively. achieving great success in Dota 2. So we know that Rattle is implying that Sean is being dishonest about playing Dota 2 competitively, and that is to establish that he has poor character. So yeah, I looked it up, can't find anything aside from Sean's own website where you can see a timeline of his professional life, and there's like a little part.
How do you prove that you're a professional Dota 2 player? Like, did he ever live stream it? What the frick?
About Dota 2.
Like, did you make, like, you gotta make money to be a professional, right?
It's a nice name for a dog. In my downtime, I enjoy hawking, Scooby.
Like, I'll even take playing Dota 2 as like a live streamer. Like, that's your main game. I'll call that a professional. You making money by playing the game? That's professional.
Maybe that doesn't mean he played in a pro league or like an actual esports team or something like that. Maybe he just is really good. It's like,
that's not a pro though.
Competitive in Dota 2. He's just playing in private matches. So up until this point,
that's not a pro though. You gotta actually make money to be a pro. I'm sick and tired of all these people being like, I'm a pro. Like, no, you're not. Are you making money off of it?
Or, you know, not exactly shaky, but not necessarily 100% cut and dry to understand. Now, what I am able to understand is really black and white.
Yeah,
stuff.
we heard a little bit about that. I would like to check that
stream
out.
Between Sean Bassick and Chumlee from Pawn Stars. That's right, Chumlee from Pawn Stars.
I had to match my underwear and my shoes to your.
It's gonna be interesting
today.
They were spinning a
I can't
wheel
wait.
to give away a
Did he put out a trailer or something already?
Charizard card, which Rattle alleged was rigged.
This is coming directly from a Whatnot employee, one that was an employee at the time of this actually happening, the events happening here. Yes, I also confirmed these details with several people who were around for it.
As the story goes, they spun the wheel and the screen glitched out. When the stream came back, it was on a name. So they could, you know, they cut it allegedly. I'm not sure. For the life of us, we tried.
Nah, son, come on. Like, I don't trust nothing now, like, ever.
To find the footage of this, but we cannot. We typed in the direct link, and all it is a thumbnail for a stream. There's no VOD or anything like that, and we can see that it was an auction that never sold out. And this is on Whatnot, by the way, the classic Blake Martinez platform.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like there should be no excuse really for competitions like that to not have fully recorded the winning, the drawing, everything. Like, there has to be, there's, like, if you're doing a raffle, if you're doing a drawing, if you're doing a blind speed run, there are certain moments where it's like, you can have technical difficulties at any point in time during the stream, during the situation. Why the frick do you have to do it right at the fricking moment that would be the most convenient for you to be able to fricking, like, cheat, you know? What are the odds?
Directly told Sean this was not okay. He needs to run that wheel again.
And it's a pretty reasonable request. You know, it cut out. It cut out. It's unfair, right? It just doesn't really make any
like
sense.
That one chick who faked
her giveaway by
blind
chance,
speed
and then
run
it lands on a guy's name, but the
on Monster Hunter World, that one's freaking hilarious.
Devalues the whole fucking thing, and every single other person who didn't win is going to be upset. Perfectly reasonable. He refused and was banned from Whatnot. Part of Sean's refusal was to go on a bit of a rant talking about why he's never had a normal job in his life and never really worked for anyone. It's because of stuff like this. I don't really know what that means. I guess he just doesn't like to be told what to do. I don't know. He's the man. He's the Dota 2 champion of the world.
Sean starts this rant about how he's funny, and it goes to
you become the Dota 2 champion of the world. You just can't be letting people talk to you like that. You see, you got to put some respect on my name.
That person, he starts saying things like, I've never worked a
you
job
were right,
for anyone my whole
I'm
life
gonna put the chat box back up on me.
And he chose not to listen to Whatnot.
Let me see if I
on
can
the wheel again, and we never saw him again.
So who won the card? The little wheel actually landed on a guy's name. Who won? Some random guy. But when Rattle talked to him, it apparently took several months for the guy to get the card.
You were the one that ended up winning that, right?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of issues with it.
Okay.
That was resolved.
Bro, there's like literally no way EDP could play victim. If he does, it's the content will be him trying to play victim. Bro is a clown if he really tries that, and he will. I feel like he will.
But Rattle seems to believe that this whole
thing
let
me go back. I
took several months for the guy to get the card.
You were the one that ended up winning that, right?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of issues with it.
Okay.
That was resolved.
But Rattle seems to believe that this whole thing was rigged because of the screen glitch and the fact that the winner traded the card immediately and doesn't remember any details of the trade, which is, you know, why would you trade a $20,000 card? That's insane. And here's Rattle about a week ago talking about the trade with language strongly implying that the winner was in on the alleged scam, of course.
That combined...
Wait, traded the card? Like, what do you mean? Like, unless you're trading it for money...
With the story from the supposed winner, lead me to believe the same winner both claims he got the Charizard and they re-rolled for it. How does that work? If someone could please explain, that would be great.
They re-rolled?
Not only that, the winner also claims that he traded it right away at that same event where he received it from Sean.
Additionally, when Rattle was talking to the winner of the giveaway,
you win a freaking, how much was it? $20,000 card, and you're just like, who needs it? I'm not in this for the money.
Did they actually re-roll?
I'm in this for the Pokemon. Oh wait, but it's a Charizard, so that doesn't make sense either.
But they just kind of shut the stream down.
I think he re-rolled. I don't remember, actually.
Okay.
Guys, I don't like this. I'm getting really uncomfortable and sweaty. Well, Rattle has multiple examples of times Invest in Baseball, the page owned by Sean Bassick, has sold trimmed cards as well. Trimmed cards.
So even if we want to totally ignore the fact that he was working with Evan Mathis, that he doesn't want to denounce the actions of Evan Mathis when he showed himself.
Oh, and that's obviously trimmed too. Yeah, that's an obvious trim.
Altering cards, all we got to do is go ahead and look at the countless examples of him.
Yeah, there's meant to be a gap. At the very top,
trimmed.
after the barcode. He trimmed the heck out of that one.
CGC changed their grading rules, and they let Sean Bassick know in advance.
It seems a lot like Sean Bassick had inside information.
But
from
like,
CGC.
what legal protections do they have?
CGC label and grading changes. Remember the
Against
change
stuff like
where
this.
9.5s would become 10s? Turns out people knew about that in
So
advance
like,
and
Chris
exploited the information. Does it sound like insider trading to anyone else?
I hate it with the
A bunch of
Charizard and the
9.5
freaking and the
graded
Squirtle.
cards, which would then be changed to a 10 after the new rules. Like, he's accusing insider
Bro, a buddy
trading.
of mine still has his
essentially,
old
with Pokemon
golden
cards and
Pikachu from
sports
Burger King or
cards.
McDonald's,
Maybe
whatever the
just
frick it is.
Sports
That
cards.
like
I don't
golden
know
slab from
specifically. Here's Rattle
McDonald's.
talking about this again, saying that he worked with insider information and he did all this stuff months in advance.
We've covered that Sean was buying mass CGC.
Bro, look at these freaking prices! Bro, I'm in the wrong field, I swear.
9.5s more than a month in advance of the grading changes. Those grading changes made it so 9.5s would be upgraded to 10s, something that could be easily exploited by someone with inside information. Who would do that? What a terrible thing.
And then he scrolls through a bunch of listings that Sean had from the 9.5s being flipped to 10s because of the CGC grading rules change. And that's the alleged insider trading.
Let's first check out the abundance of 10s he sold recently. 9.5s that he turned into 10s. Weird. Almost all of the recent solds in his eBay listings here, almost as if he bought out 9.5s from all the people I talked to in order to flip the 10s immediately. Because who wouldn't want to do that? That sounds like free tendies, but it also sounds pretty fucking scummy.
In Rattle's video from 4 months ago, before he was hit with the slap lawsuit, he says that no one was coming forward to talk about the claims made against Sean, so he would. And we can tell by the slap lawsuit, after he investigated these claims, that that's probably why no one is coming forward. Because
Yeah, he's anyone who dares to talk gets sued.
That the things that Rattle is saying are
Wait,
not
but
true.
are they getting actually sued, or is it just like threats upon threats? Because if this is just another Derek Savage situation, like when he used to threaten YMS and like your movie sucks, that's the same thing, right? Yeah, your movie sucks, I hate everything, and oh, I'm so sorry, my dude. There was a third person who was really getting hammered by freaking Derek Savage during that time when he was like flagging everyone. I'm blanking out of your name. Was it Ralph the movie maker? Who was the other guy? Someone. But yeah, no. If it's one of those situations,
this wiener baby,
he can threaten all he wants, but it won't like
threaten lawsuits to the point that almost everyone I've talked to wants absolutely nothing to do with him. No worries though.
It will just take one brave, bold person to freaking like slap him back.
Deals for him. So, if no one wants to make claims because of the hassle and how much of a dickhead he is, that's where I come in. I'm gonna do the legwork here. We're gonna look at all the evidence. Everyone's gonna form their own opinion.
Such an easy, good idea. Guys, if you ever see me trading Pokemon cards, I'm 100% scamming you. Okay, like just this is so simple. The groundwork is laid, and what's gonna happen? A little Pokemon YouTuber is gonna make a video about it, dude. Who cares, man? I wouldn't even sue him if he fucking found out I was scamming y'all. On to the lawsuit. Let's see.
Yeah, because if you threaten to sue, that means that you for sure are scamming. At least in the court, I'm not saying like that's a guarantee, right? But like in the court of public opinion, the fact that they did this, I feel like they're guilty. I feel he's guilty. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's guilty. because I don't want anyone to use this in the court of law. But what I'm saying is,
exactly what the lawsuit's
it
trying
makes
to
him seem
accomplish.
guilty.
Quite honestly, guys, I'm getting curious.
To an uneducated
I'm excited
monkey.
to learn just as much as you are. Why would someone sue someone for making videos on the internet? I don't know. Firstly, what the fuck's a slap lawsuit? Sounds cool, but according to the Cornell Law School's Legal Information Institute, a slap or strategic lawsuit against public participation, it is primarily used to dissuade critics from producing negative publicity, making negative content about someone specifically. The goal is to make the critics spend all their time fighting and use all their resources trying to defend against the slap lawsuit. Well, that's not good. How is that even allowed? What the fuck? Sean is coming after Rattle, claiming
the legal system is pretty messed up. There's a lot of things to stop you from, or I guess, you know, there's a better way to say this. The legal system is really crazy, but you have to understand the wording, I feel like, behind it, to me.
Well, that's not good. How is that even allowed?
It's intended as a sort of
negative.
It's supposed to be sort of as this is supposed to be intended to be used as a way to stop somebody from spreading defamatory statements, like, before they actually spread defamatory statements. The difference here would be, this prick is actually doing the crime. Like, he's actually like, cutting off the edges of the cards. So it's kind of like, if he has proof, and no, absolutely not, it's not defamation, it's just a fact.
Publicity, making negative content about someone specifically. The goal is to make the
but
critics
he's absolutely
spend all
using
their
the
time
slap lawsuit
and use
as like
all
a
their
threat.
resources trying to defend
You
against
get
the
me?
slap lawsuit. Well, that's not good. How is that even allowed? What the fuck? Sean is coming after Rattle, claiming damages of over
that's how I'm
$2
interpolating
million.
it.
Holy shit! And this is all because Rattle falsely accused
My user is
of
4
criminal
people using
immoral
it.
acts. It is
Oh, okay, I
defamation
thought you were
according
making
to
a
the laws.
joke
I think
about,
that's
like, labor laws or something. I'm like, poor people, you know about this? Absolutely, my dude.
to be untrue, though, for this to actually win, or I don't really know
for
how
sure.
lawsuits work.
Defamation is a false
Wait,
statement
we're making a joke about the
published to a
whole lawsuit
third
thing.
party by the actor
Absolutely, my dude.
of and concerning the plaintiff, tending to cause damage to the plaintiff's reputation.
Bassick also goes on to say that his father received multiple threatening messages left by unknown persons, which I don't really know how that has anything at all to do with Rattle. He doesn't want his audience to threaten anybody, I don't think. I didn't see that in any of the videos I watched. Bassick then states in the lawsuit that he attempted to reason with Rattle, which is very good. We'll have to see, you know, what exactly the definition of that is, because I really think being reasonable generally solves most problems, especially if both.
Yeah, I would have to see if they actually, like, sent him an email or something. Like, what exactly happened?
Both parties are willing to just be reasonable together and they don't want to sue each other for damages of $2 million. That's more unreasonable.
Yeah, Kalari, relax. Come here, baby.
Generally speaking. And after Sean continued to see Rattle doubling down on his videos, he said he was harassing him. If you really want to open that can of worms, I feel like the harassment of a slap lawsuit, which is pretty much the definition of strategic harassment.
What's the matter, baby? Going out the door? Oh, I guess someone's, I'm assuming somebody ordered some Uber Eats. Relax, baby. Chill. What you want? Alright.
Simply speaking, slap suits are a form of legal bullying. Slap suits infringe primarily on the rights of freedom of expression and the freedom of assembly and association. This shrinks space for healthy discussion, dissent, and debate among civil society.
I think that's worse. I mean, it is definitely more harassing. So it's like this is his comeuppance, I believe. That's what Sean is saying. Next, the court document states that Rattle is a criminal organization, stating that he has tens of thousands of followers across multiple social media platforms.
A criminal organization?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? That's wild. Oh my god. So if we're talking about alleged criminal empires here.
While a lawsuit's intent will be to shut down defamatory and inflammatory statements, slander, 3 creatures weaponize the legal system to say, yeah, no, absolutely.
A lot more lucrative I mean, he's suing Rattle
and like for example with Derek Savage,
$2.4 million,
from the
whatever,
Cool
and Rattle
Cat
can
situation,
barely
like bro
even
was
get a
super obvious
fucking
about it too.
attorney
He wasn't even trying to hide it. He really thought he could just do that and it was okay. He thought it was morally okay for him to do that.
Golden nugget. Basic taught himself.
At least the way he was
and intangible.
at least the way he was
markets at 10,
presenting himself and like
starting on a
doing
website
it.
called
He's out in
Neopets.
public like
That's pretty
that.
funny, honestly. I don't know why he needed to mention the Neopets. I think maybe he just wanted to flex. I'm not sure. It continues by saying Basic from that point continued to sell tangible and intangible things on different markets on multiple platforms to just they're trying to make him seem professional. I think like he's got a lot of history in here. Little known to Sean and his legal team, apparently the activities that Sean was continuing in selling tangible and intangible markets. He used to sell World of Warcraft accounts. He created a business for purchasing and selling them, and that involved in-game currency and in-game characters, including those he created himself and those bought and sold on the secondary market. Now this
What's
is
the dude
against
used to
the
sell
terms of
gold
service
on
for Blizzard specifically
on WoW?
And I know that
Or would he
this
sell
is
like fully boosted
crazy,
accounts?
but that it's also copyright infringement and fraud. You can't just buy stuff and sell it when it has to be sold on a specific marketplace. Like Blizzard they have a legal team and they don't like this type of stuff. They don't like people to resell their shit and then not make money from it, quite frankly. So I think that
if there's one thing about Blizzard is that they don't care until it gets to the point where they're not making money off of it. If suddenly they're cut out of the equation, they're mad. It's the only time I've ever seen Blizzard or WoW specifically like get involved.
And copyright infringement. And if you sell
now you want to play WoW? I've been debating getting into that, but I feel like
I mean, yeah, how are you supposed to pay taxes on I feel
like I've been hearing a lot more complaints than like good things about it lately.
I love Worm. Basic then brags again.
If there's gonna be an MMO, I'm gonna get into like a long time MMO. I'm gonna get into. I don't know what it'll be, but it's either gonna be the Dune one, or it's going to be Path of Exile 2. Just because I know just based off of Path of Exile 1, I know Path of Exile 2 is gonna be like a good one to get into and like commit. You're a druid? Nice. I always wanted to play as a druid. I heard everyone makes fun of that one, but I freaking love the idea of turning into a bear.
He specialized in the purchase of
wolf.
Things like
right, or does the druid have the pet?
So
which one?
No surprise he moved towards Pokemon.
I think I played as a druid
in
first.
Q2 of 2020.
What I used to do was I used to go to 7-Eleven and I used to totally legally grab a bunch of demo discs, and each demo disc would last for like one day. So I would just take a bunch, and then I would like. One day, they only were like it would like each disc would be like hard locked, so or like something like that. I don't know how it worked exactly, but what would have to happen is I'd have to uninstall the whole game and then reinstall it with a new disc, and then I would like get like another day of play, so I'd have like full 24 hours. So I got to play for about like a full 24 hours as each class, and then never really went any further than that.
Saw Pokemon
but I freaking love playing as a dwarf hunter because I got a platypus.
His toes into. After Sean
and I think at some point, if I would have kept playing, I would have gotten a Wolfie boy, the doggo voice, and I think it would have been awesome.
Was not pleased. Sean talks about how he was being illegally recorded without consent, and it was not an accident; it was an intentional recording. He then calls Rattle a mentally ill individual.
Yeah, Gerard tried to do the exact same thing.
He's a guy who's investigating a possible scam. He believes he's doing the right thing, and he's helping out people who are getting taken advantage of. People get commonly taken advantage of in collectible markets, by the way. Mentally ill, I don't really know about that. He's on a vindictive rampage. I don't know what the fuck that means. These don't seem like rampage videos. This is that they're still on the platform of YouTube. YouTube has very strict guidelines and doesn't allow people to be harassed. I'm sure.
Yeah, he's just
Sean
misrepresenting.
Has reported Rattle's videos to YouTube.
It's just misrepresenting what the videos are.
Just have your
lawyer try to get the judge or the court to look at it more seriously.
Content or behavior intended to harass, threaten, or bully others is not allowed on YouTube. Neither is maliciously recording someone without their consent or revealing someone's private personal information.
YouTube actually specializes in determining whether or not things are copyright or.
Well, I don't know about that last one. As long as you're Sniper Wolf, you can get away with that last one. Yeah, Sniper Wolf is allowed to dots. No one else
yet
is,
again, Rattle went after Basic in regard to the non-factory cuts, which aren't rated because they're tampered with. So he's claiming it's a fraud scheme, etc., etc. But in the documents, I don't really know if it's appropriate to defend yourself in a situation like that with that sort of writing, but Instead of defending himself, he calls everything Rattle does just false and says that he recklessly ignored facts for financial gain. It all comes down to this, very quickly, briefly summarized. Rattle investigated Basic for fraudulent gradings of Pokemon cards, therefore scamming people and viewers that are buying them, allegedly. And over the process of Rattle calling him out, Basic has sought legal action using a slap lawsuit to scare him off and damper the negative attention.
But it's wildly, like almost every aspect of it is misrepresented,
pay as little as $100,000 due to the suit, which is crazy. This is absolutely insane and completely
hopefully the
fucking wild.
judge
If you want to check out Rattle's videos, please do. He has a bunch of cool videos about Logan Paul as well.
It's almost like Schrodinger's Pokemon here, where are there actually cards in there? We don't know.
Check him out and support him if it's something you want to do. I paid him half of my fucking ad that I put in the video we did together. My name is Caleb Goodman, and I thank Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video. I was supposed to initially, but he refused and refused and refused, and now it's a perfect opportunity. I give him what he is owed. And yeah, that, guys, check out his GoFundMe. Of course, if you think he's correct, if you think he's in the right, you know, we vote with money out here. So now the slap lawsuit is a couple weeks old at this point, and Rattle, by the way, is not letting the lawsuit deter him in any way or intimidate him from making more videos about Sean. He's released 2. Since then, it's in the Sean Basic playlist. Some of these clips we did use in this video, so it's kind of like pre-post slap, just to show clear doubling down on allegations against Sean. It's important to note too that all the videos in the Sean Basic playlist, Rattle includes a legal disclaimer in which he lets the viewer know that all of his statements are just opinions. They're not a statement of fact. Yada,
he really
yada,
does
yada.
sound
Just
like a genuinely nice dude.
Basically to protect you in the event of a lawsuit, which is exactly what's happened.
Might as well get the disclaimer out of the way. This is my opinion based on everything that I've seen. As always, regardless of him filing a lawsuit against me, Sean is very welcome to explain his side of the story in this and any other video that mentions him.
Only the first 2 videos in his playlist do not include the legal disclaimer, and they are relevant to the Sean situation, even though they didn't directly name him. Those are the ones that are put in the documents, the court documents, because he was added in later. Wait, I thought that if you put a disclaimer in the beginning of videos, you were impervious to legal consequences. What? You mean I can't say whatever I want? Holy shit.
No, it doesn't matter.
We got an argument of fact. Who do you guys think is in the right, Sean or Rattle?
It really doesn't matter what you put in your video. At the end of the day, if like these arguments get made in the courtroom, it doesn't matter. You can argue all day on YouTube. It won't matter.
Way, I'm good friends with Rattle, and it's hard to make these types of videos in a non-biased way because anything that's going to be settled in court, it has to be approached as reasonably as possible. Rattle's not a perfect person. Sean is not a perfect person. Hopefully we can see what happens here and, you know, the actual facts of the situation, regardless of what they are. I'm interested to see. I am obviously pulling for my friend. I think he's a good man, and I think he generally does what's right. On one hand, I fully support Rattle's right to investigate this man because this whole thing is sketchy. Not specifically this situation, but any collectible stuff, crypto stuff, it's all fucking sketchy, and it's important for people to act as watchdogs to protect people from getting scammed, if that is a thing that has to happen. Personally, I wish I could see this stream.
And honestly, isn't that just a fact though? Because I feel like that's the reason why this a lot of the content lately has been like watch guarding or guard dog, whatever, watch guard. What he said. Like for example, the whole Niji Sanji situation with Selen Tatsuki. It's been a great way. My brain tickles. It's been a great way. It's been a great way to sort of like keep a lot of these bad actors in check. You know, not just with that, but as well as with the whole situation with all the the recent Riot Law. Mama Max, freaking. What's this guy's face? We were just freaking watching a video on him. Bosch, it's just kind of like I feel like it's a whole lot of situations of people sort of like, like if you were in a village and there was a wolf in the forest, you would tell everyone in the village. You get what I'm saying? Like you would just everyone would be like, yo. Nah, son, that's dangerous out there. Like, careful for that, dude. Or like, if you all live in the village and there was one guy who like murdered someone, it'd be like you would want to tell everyone in the village. Like, I'm not saying he's gonna do it again. I'm just saying he has a specific need to murder, and we should all be aware and keep our distance. You know, like there's no, we don't gotta go harass him, we don't gotta bully him, but just be aware and be safe. Yeah, don't forget Gerard and the Open Hand Foundation. If Mudahar and Carl didn't make that video, people would still be donating to those foundations, and that money would probably still be in the bank.
In which Sean didn't re-roll that whole situation, I think clarity on that would be greatly appreciated. I want to see that. That situation sounds bad. There is a ton more evidence against Blake Martinez, and
I haven't like it's a weird one, but think about even in the old biblical punishments, they used to just like publicly shame people. There was no major like physical punishment. They used to just shame you like for adultery and stuff in front of the whole village. Like, nah, this dude bad.
Online,
bad.
A lot more than what we can see.
And you know, the same sort of would kick you out of that. You're like, you know, I'm not saying it's a perfect system or whatnot, but I'm just saying sometimes you need to be told like, hey bro, enough with the horses inside of lollies, inside of 5-year-olds. Like, you don't gotta do that every time. Like, just look up something else. You gotta relax. Suddenly, you know.
Not being dishonest in the lawsuit. I mean, in his video.
Or you know, just keep him in check. Like, look, all right, just keep it in Rule 34. All right, don't be getting these habits. All right, I don't want no EDP situations. I don't want no.
So,
all right.
If you're trying to prove that Sean is not a good guy, then that would be easier. He's yapping to people about him being responsible for the reason.
I'll tell you this much: I don't think Bosch is going to be harassing any more lolly lovers.
Slap lawsuit, which is just
like
not,
genuinely
it's
not like
it's an infamous
like genuine
tactic to
people
just
like
silence
lollies.
critics, literally, and drain their finances and ruin their lives. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. I think if I'm here to offer advice, which is what I'm really good at, I would say, hey, Sean, man, I just transparency. Approach it with transparency. The internet's never going to forget stuff like this. Instead of a defamation lawsuit, just prove him wrong. Just prove him wrong. Spend 20 minutes making a video. Be active in the community. You will gain a lot of respect. A slap lawsuit will make like a lot of people just not like you at all and not care about the truth in the situation, because truth, subjective. Facts, not so much. Let's focus on facts here.
And facts don't care about your feelings.
This part, by the way, I saved for the very end of the video. It's my favorite part of the whole lawsuit. He also called Sean a snaky dakey, wiener baby, shade master, and who will slide in and absolutely fuck you, the customer. They are going to fuck your ass. They're going to take your ass, spread it open, and they're going to fuck it until all the change falls out of your pocket and your pants are around your ankles, while he calls him a pokey Jew, wiener, dickhead, idiot, and claims no one honest would ever work with Bassick. He didn't call him a pokey Jew, by the way. There is a guy named Pokey Jew, part of the liquid market.
All right, that makes sense. All right, it's in context, you see.
Marketplace. That's a complete that's not true in the court documents. He did not call. I saw that. He absolutely was referring to the guy Pokey Jew. Maybe he did call you a wiener, a dickhead, and an idiot, but that's kind of funny. So, anyways,
that's actually in the legal document. I love it. That's freaking great, dude. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. Live reactions every Friday, so swing by.